Power creep is here and there is no going back. The doors of power creep have been opened. The developers don't want to nerf things. They want to buff things up. Let's start talking about who are the winners and losers of this patch. Shout out to Overwatch Cavalry for the early look at the patch notes. We have all the patch notes, and my goodness, there are some extras that definitely rose some eyebrows. So first of all, you know, max outcharge when swapping heroes has been reduced from 25 to 15%. Doomfist Meteor Strike now regens 75 HP while in the air. Ultimate cost increased by 16%. Again, to those of you that don't get it, this is a net nerf to Doomfist. This is a very big net nerf to Doomfist. This healing thing is not going to come up as much as you think it is, and there's a reason why a lot of Doomfist, even with max HP and a lot of overhealth, do not overcommit to aggression, because it's so easy for Doom to get punished, and it's better for you to be grouped up with your team to engage with Empowered Punch. We'll have more in-depth breakdowns later on in the season, from me, of course. Junker Queen got a pretty big buff that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about. Scatter gun spread reduced by 8%. This is terrifying. I actually thought Junker Queen was a huge sleeper pick this season, and it was just Orisa and Zarya that just rendered her useless. And if we were to just nerf Orisa and Zarya, Junker Queen, in my opinion, would see a decent amount of play. But this is going to make Junker Queen like even more stronger than before. She's going to feel really consistent with her gun now. It's almost like a medium range shotgun, which is oof. I don't know, man. I gotta feel this one, but this one is scary. This is scary. Mauga, massive lists of change. Base HP reduced to 350, given 150 armor. Head hitbox down by 15%. Okay, spread for firing both guns reduced by 15%. Fire rate multiplier for firing both guns reduced from 25% to 0%. Damage per shot increased to 5 instead of 4.5. Damage fall-off range increased from 25 to 30 meters. Max ammo increased from 300 to 350. Movement speed penalty reduced from 20% to 15%. Overrun can no longer be interrupted by hack. Damage reduced increased from 30 to 50%. Cardiac overdrive lifesteal increased to 70% from 60. Berserk passive and overhealth conversion rate increased from 40 to 50%. These are Giga buffs. There's so much in here that they've buffed up that it's crazy. They definitely want Mauga to feel strong. And I just hope they have like some nerfs in line for him. But this isn't what even makes Mauga scary. There's a character in the support role that got Giga buffed. You guys saw her in the thumbnail. Blizzard wasn't messing around. Like, this is crazy. This is power creep. We are watching power creep in real time. Rematrix changes, we've already talked about them. Void accelerator, projectile size gone up to 0.1 meter. Damage increase from 4.5 to 5. This is really scary. He's a little bit more tankier in Omnic form. Overall, really good buff for Ram as well. Sigma got a bit of a nerf. His barrier regen rate reduced from 100 to 85 HP per second. This is interesting because if you're going to buff up dive and brawl in so many different ways, there's no need to necessarily nerf Sigma. I think Sig will still be good on his maps, but this is an unnecessary nerf. Although, like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think this is going to make Sigma useless. Like, the meta is shifting because of all the other changes. So this is kind of like, Sigma will just be important for maps like Circuit Royale. It's not a massive nerf. It's just like a, yeah, you'll feel it, but like, it's just, yeah, you'll feel it. Like, you'll feel it. It's not going to make him garbage tier, but you will feel this nerf that, damn, okay, shield broke faster than usual in the overall gameplay time. Winston ignores the armor damage reduction. Endothermic, so this is a surprise. May actually got nerfed here. Max ammo reduced to 120. Although her damage could go down to 90. I would like to see that. But whatever. Soldier 76, we know healing got the cooldown for the healing got increased to 18 seconds. Sombra, really scary buff. Ability lockout increased from 1.5 to 3 seconds in EMP. And the damage that she reduces is down to 25% instead of 30. This is a buff that I really didn't like. Torbjorn overload, overhealth up to 100. This is ridiculous. The reason he's getting this buff, and I'm calling it from now, is because they anticipate that in the anti-dive comp, Torb is going to be played. And because Winston can ignore armor now, this extra health is meant to help that, to balance that offset that Winston can ignore Torb. So it's easier for Torb to counter Winston. Look, basically what I'm saying is, this is a response to the Winston changes, but this is going to hurt just the overall gameplay against other characters as well, because Torb is just so much more tankier now. This is really silly, Blizzard. This is not good. But whatever, we're in power creep, so it is what it is. Tracer damage up from 5.5 to 6. Baptiste Biotic Launcher nerfed ammo from 45 down to 36. Brigida was shut down from 80 to 70. Kiriko is the one that got the massive buffs. You guys don't understand how strong this is. Healing of Fuda's projectile speed increased from 14 to 18 meters per second. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, this is the speed that her healing, like the papers are going to fly. And they just got faster. So over time in a game, she's going to be healing a lot. And the reason for this is Mauga, because look at what they changed next. Protection Suzu, the invulnerability duration got reduced just slightly, and then the compensation Giga buffed the healing from 40 to 80. So that's crazy. Now, like, oh my goodness, this is definitely them thinking about Mauga. That Mauga might be getting melted. They want Kiriko to be played with her, and you guys can see how all this is coming together now, right? This is scary. Mercy also got a pretty decent buff. Activating Valk no longer disconnects the beam from the target. It's nice. It's actually a big difference for her. But this Kiriko buff, the Torbjorn buff, the Mauga changes are also interesting. This Sumatra buff is nothing to sleep upon. And the Sombra EMP buff, these are huge. These are huge, and we are in power creep. What is your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comment sections down below. If you want to support the channel for free, hit like and subscribe. If you want to do this financially, you can use the super chat. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video and live stream that we're going to be doing.